So I've been gone for a minute, not on purpose. I told myself before I started traveling last week that I would definitely pre-record. That did not happen. As you can see. So it's cool. It was fine. It ended up being like a little vacation from filming and uploading, which is kind of nice. I didn't feel like I needed it at that time, but there you go. There we have it. But since I've been gone so long, I figured let's just give the people a little something what they want. A little something, a little schnick, a little bit, a little taste. The thing that everyone loves, everyone's favorite, story time. I just remembered I didn't do the other part of my intro. Hi. If you're new around here, welcome. If you're not new around here, what is up, home skillet biscuit? It's Kennie here. And if you're new around here, then welcome. I tell stories every once in a while about poor decisions I've made and the poor decisions of those around me. I must say, I really enjoy the way that I do story times now, in which I don't do them unless I genuinely don't feel like doing anything else. It's like, it's my go-to. It's like, I don't really feel like doing a review, but like story time, yeah, let's do that. I asked you guys on Twitter like what you wanted me to talk about, and this one won. This is a story from the last time I was in Korea. And it's also involving the last place that I told you guys about in my last story time, Sinkhole. Sinkhole, small recap, is a club in Korea, and it's a bar in Korea that turns into a club, of which I've slowly but surely entered into another semi-toxic relationship with. If you've been here for a long time, you know that I was quite the frequenter of MB2, which is disgusting. Just don't. And so when I kind of like graduated from that, I went to a new place called Sinkhole, which is better. Still not great, but it's better. On this particular night, it was actually the second night in a row that we've gone to Sinkhole at this point. The day prior, it had been nice. Your girl was pulling them, and I don't do that very often. So I was filming myself. I'm like, maybe there's something good luck about Sinkhole, because, you know. Side note, this has nothing to do with the story. I really do honestly feel like I have a repellent to humans unless they're weird, and I've talked about this vaguely before, but no other place but a club really hones in on that for me. Very few people that have ever been very overtly flirtatious or suggestive with me have not been frickin' weirdos. But the day before this day, your girl met one in her entire life that wasn't a weirdo. I'm not gonna tell that story because I feel like there's no point. I feel weird about stories that are just about like, I met a guy. Like, that's not a story to me, but that's just giving you some context. Like, I had a good time the day before, so I was like, let's go back. It can't be all terrible because I met this dude and he was fine, y'all. He was fine, but let's keep going. So I was in a good mood. I was like, okay, maybe there is something about this Sinkhole thing. Maybe it ain't all weirdos. Because I just made out with a dude that was 6'2", and he looked like he was an army dude. You know, he was shaped like a Dorito, all shoulders. And I was like, maybe this is my good luck spot. Very rare that it happens that I'm reciprocating advances and he doesn't end up being bat, doodle, bird, toilet, butt, ass, crazy. Maybe there's hope, okay? Good. Well, I go in with too many expectations, honestly, because the day before I had absolutely none, and it ended up being great, so I really should have went in there again with no expectations, but I can't help myself. So I go in with expectations. I'm like, ooh. So, hello. 'Tis I. What we got here. The music's always good, because it's always good in there. I go with Claire, of course. And we see a guy, and he actually very much so resembled the dude that I had met the day before. He was very, very tall, very pretty. Not pretty, he was handsome, rugged, a lot of face, a lot of jaw, really broad looking, like, and I was like, okay, he's kind of fine. I don't shoot any shots. I've never shot a shot in my life, and I'm sure if I tried, I'd airball it. We make eye contact. We make eye contact. The dude's like 6'3", and he came in with a bunch of dude friends of his. And sorry, I'm just imagining like what it looked like. Picture this, if you will. We're in a dark club. There's like little tables throughout the club that, you know, you can buy a bottle and like sit or stand next to them more so. And he comes in with his friends, and I guess they bought a bottle, and they're like around this one table. And he was very loud. I remember that. He was very loud, and you knew he was there. He refused to let you not know he was there. Everybody knew he was there because he was very tall and very loud. And he was like at his table, and you know, we're two tall people, so he sees me, and it was it's kind of funny because there's like two shorter people and he's like between their heads and you just see him looking at me like. So at first I was like, oh, okay, because he's not bad looking. He was objectively very attractive. And he comes over and I'm like, okay, hello. He like bends forward and he goes to my ear and he just screams, where are you from? And I'm like, oh, I'm from the United States. I'm from Michigan. And at this point we're like dancing, like, you know, in front of each other, like, hey, we're dancing. I'm like, okay, this is going okay. Other than him screaming in my ear, but it is a club, it's loud. I don't know, maybe he couldn't hear me. But apparently he did not hear me. He did not hear me say where I was from, because he then commenced, it was the, oh my God, this is so stupid. I don't know if I can even like illustrate how uncomfortable this was, but he basically grabs my hips hard as hell, like with fingers, like pads in my bone. And I was like, oh, what is about to happen? And and he like grabs me super hard and like shakes me like this with so much like pushback. I was whiplashed, like he, and in doing so he was like pushing his chest forward, so he's hitting me in the chest with his chest. Say it with your chest, little ass. He like hit me so hard in the titty. My titty was screaming. I was like, what is happening? Poor Claire is nearby. She thought that I was like about to start hitting on another guy, or not hitting on another guy, like talking to, I don't know how to hit on people, but you know, in some way commencing conversation with a guy. So she didn't do anything until she saw how much pain was in my face. Because I literally had the wind knocked out of me. Just like, what the? Now, if that's not bad enough, oh my wig. If that's not bad enough, while he's like test dummying me, he's screaming, I didn't think it was possible, even louder, where are you from? And I'm just like, I just want to go home. I don't know where I'm from. Oh, Jesus Lord. And Claire, poor Claire is very small, but she's like, okay, stop now. So she like breaks in between me and the guy as I try to catch my swiftly escaping breath. And my titty hurt. He got it right, because it was like, And as I'm trying to catch my breath, I notice Claire is like talking to him. I don't know what they're saying, but she's like, okay, chill out, dude. And so, like I said, he's quite tall and Claire's short. She's very short, about 5 foot. And so he like bends down to talk to her, and I don't know what they say. It doesn't matter. But the next thing I knew, they were like kind of dancing, and I was like, okay, I'll look out for her, but I'm still like trying to not die. I noticed that he was like lowering in like a readying position, like he was bending his knees, he was squatting, and before I could do anything, she was airborne. He lifted oh God, he lifted her up. It was like slow motion. He like lifted her up, and I was like, no, air humping her. And I'm just like, oh my God, please put her down. Claire looks like a frightened puppy. It's like, it felt like we went to like a Jamaican dance hall, but I've never gone to a Jamaican dance hall for a reason. They scare me. So I felt like he was so intense so quickly. So poor Claire is flopping. She's just gone. She looks terrified. As she should. I was like, put her down, please. Put her down. We somehow escape him. We somehow run away. I don't remember how. It doesn't matter. All the chaos, somehow we got away. And I remember it was so early in the night. And I had so many expectations that were killed so early in the night. And it just had me realize that the joys of yesterday most likely will never be repeated. Like, I am not gonna meet a normal guy in here. I'm just not gonna do it again. Throughout the night, we still kept seeing him. At one point, he got so drunk that he tried to kiss his friend. Actually, no, he landed a kiss on his friend. His friend got so pissed. He was like, what is wrong with you? You drink too much, dude. You need to sit your ass down. He was just weird. He was very aggressive, dancing to songs that weren't playing. He probably was tweaking. I don't know how you get hard drugs in Korea, but I feel like you can get hard drugs anywhere, because he was tweaked. And we just tried to avoid him for the rest of the night. I just said I wasn't going to tell the story from the day before because there was no point, but really, what was the point in this one? What is the point? The point is, don't start your night with very high expectations, or at least that's what I learned. I noticed that when you start your night with those type of expectations, those things never happen. Instead, you get sucker punched in the titty. If I recall correctly, the rest of the night was all right. It was actually a very uneventful night, except for at some point I believe they ended up kicking him out, if I'm correct, because he was just doing a lot, and that must be bad. In a Korean club, it's pretty hard to get kicked out. Like everything under like stabbing somebody, they usually just let it go. If you like this video, don't forget to like this video. Follow me on both my social media, Instagram and Twitter, both of which are KennieJD. And I will see you guys next time.